Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new here, hi! My name is Natasha and it's fantastic to have you here. For today's video, we are talking about the full moon in Pisces, what to expect, and then we're going to jump into a general tarot reading where we're going to pull some cards to see how to best utilize the energy and maybe some advice on how to move through it, move with it. Do keep in mind that this is a general reading, so take what resonates, know that there's a message in here for you somewhere, and let's proceed. So, full moon in Pisces, you are already probably feeling it. If you are watching it the day of the full moon, you are probably feeling it a lot more intensely. With the full moon energy, it usually comes in like the 3 days prior and then the 3 days after. So there's a lot of energy going on right now. So like I said, you probably feel it. Very emotional energy, very cloudy up in the head energy. So you might be having a lack of focus. You might be having a lot of creative outlets going on. The Piscean energy is very creative, very dreamy, imaginative, head in the clouds energy. So there might be a lot of that going on for you too, especially if you are having a lot of Pisces in your birth chart. So the big takeaway is not only will it be an emotional full moon, but the Pisces is the last sign in the zodiac. So that is a big symbolic ending, as well as full moons are a big symbolic ending. So there might be a lot of finishing things going on. So it could be ends of a relationship, end of a project, end of a job, or end of a cycle for you. I know when I did the pick a card reading for September, there were a lot of things that were ending in almost every single pile that we had. So there's a lot of that energy that's going to be happening right now. So it doesn't necessarily mean that it's a bad thing, because again, in order to, go with the cycle, one thing must end in order for another to begin. So keep that in mind too. If you are trying to finish up a project, this would be a great time. Also, release your fears too, because with this full moon, it's a lot of surrendering to releasing. And I know that's hard for a lot of us, but this is a fantastic time for you to embody that energy and really let it go. So anything that you see that is no longer serving you, including fears, there's going to be a lot of really good opportunities in the next couple of days for you to release anything that doesn't serve, fear included. Also, we are in the sun sign of Virgo right now, so it is very good for balancing all of your emotions with groundedness. There's a lot that we can do to provide that work and home life balance. And again, that was in the September pick a card reading that I did too. So we need to balance our lofty thoughts, our imagination, our creativity with practicality. Do we have specific goals in mind that we want to achieve but can't seem to find the focus? We need to make the focus. We need to prioritize those goals. Same as whether or not we are working too hard, we need to make sure that we are providing ourselves with self-care time, with time for replenishment and relaxation. Same with responsibilities. Are you taking on too much without delegating? Those sorts of things. So it's really important to make sure that we are balancing the head in the clouds energy as well as the practicality too. Then I also want to talk about this forgive in Pisces. We need to have some compassion for ourselves. Sometimes we think too much about the coulda, shoulda, woulda. Give yourself that time to process and forgive yourself and other people in order to move forward. Remember, these are endings too. So if something isn't working out, forgive it and let it go. I think a lot of the time we hold on too tightly to things that we are connected to because it's something that we know, and that change is kind of a fear. We don't know on the other side what's going to happen. So forgive yourself, forgive others. This is a great time to release all of that and let it go. I think the inner peace here is big. We need to focus on facilitating that for ourselves and prioritizing inner peace because around that, everything else expands. I think it is something that we in the current culture tend to neglect and not prioritize. But inner peace is very important to bring about change in other areas in our life. So back to Virgo in the sun sign here, it's allowing us to have prioritization and organizing our thoughts, our goals, all of those things. It's giving us a very grounded energy. So draw upon that. Think about that energy when we want to create focus, because sometimes it's really hard. For me, I'm a Pisces moon, so this is really hitting home for me. I have a severe lack of focus right now. I just want to be up in the clouds daydreaming right now. So I'm drawing upon the energy of the sun sign of Virgo to kind of help me make it through what I need to do. The other big thing about this full moon energy is we need to learn how to move through our feelings. So the Piscean energy, it's a water sign, right? And it's a very intuitive water sign. So pay attention to your intuition too through the next few days. Listen to your gut. Know that your gut is trying to tell you something and help you out. Pay attention to your dreams. But we need to learn how to not hold all of our emotions in, let them kind of wash over us like water, move through it, and know that once we let it move through us and we work through it, new energy can come in and replace it. Once we understand how to process through that and allow it to kind of wash over us, it will happen a lot quicker and make more sense. So we're able to listen to our intuition through our feelings, if that makes sense at all. The next big important thing about this full moon is on September 9th, Mercury retrograde sets in. So we are being asked to slow down. We are being asked to pay attention, to maybe do some shadow work here. Mercury retrograde is not necessarily a bad thing for everybody. Everybody has Mercury in different places in their chart, so it just depends on where it lands on yours. And for me personally, the biggest complaint that I have with Mercury retrograde is my technology and communication skills dwindle. The biggest thing about Mercury retrograde is pay attention to technology, to travel, to communication and contracts, anything that Mercury rules, because it could kind of go haywire. There are like six planets in retrograde right now. So I personally feel like everything has slowed down. So I feel like it's just asking us to take time for ourselves, to slow down and prioritize different things in our lives and create focus where there wasn't any. So now let's move to the reading. We are going to be using the Macabre Tarot, and then I will list in the description box all of the decks that I have used, so that way if you guys want to check them out for yourself, you can do so. All right, the first card representing how to best utilize this energy, oh my gosh, would you look at that? We've got Justice. So yeah, we really need to focus on balancing, whether it is balancing work life or, social life, prioritizing your needs over, duties, inner peace, all of those things. We are needing to focus on balance. Also, karma is going to come. So this card is a huge karma card. Focus on putting out good and good will return. It's all about that balance. All right. So the best way to utilize this energy or move through this energy, we have I love it, the Empress. So she's a little shadowy figure here. So we are going to take the time to nurture ourselves. Full moons are fantastic for self-care. I feel like the Empress card comes up a lot for these full moon readings. It's a lot about mothering yourself, right? You want to make sure you're taken care of, your needs are met, and, allow yourself that relaxation time, that rejuvenation time, because again, you can't give to others from an empty cup, right? So you need to make sure that your cup is full too, and first. So that's what we are going to do in order to create some balance here, to find that inner peace, to prioritize some things. Once you're good, you can then focus on other things in your life. Once you have time to step away from a project or step away from work that is time consuming and concentration consuming, you can then step away and free your mind a little bit, allow it to wander and be imaginative, create something, and then you have these ideas that will help you with your project. You're allowing yourself to let your mind kind of rest. And then in the meantime, you can kind of look back on your work or your project and be like, oh, that's what it was missing, or that's what it needs. So this is also a great time for you to create. whether it be a hobby or something brand new. Focus on using that Empress creative energy to help with your self-care as well as your balance. So it's kind of a twofold with this advice. You can create for your duties, or you can create, I should say, or you can create for your self-care. I really like these two together, and it's interesting how they were both major arcana cards coming out. But yeah, the priority here is balance and nurturing and mothering yourself. Release what doesn't serve you. Release your fears and anxieties. I know easier said than done. Release what is no longer serving your best interest anymore. And your best interest could also be your family's best interest too. So let's keep going. These are the Lunar Oracle. And your card here is the full moon. And it says, no feeling is final. Everything passes. So yeah, allow your emotions, like we were talking about earlier, to pass. It's not going to be forever. If this is anxiety or fear, it will pass. If this is sadness, it will pass, or it will get easier, I should say. But yeah, no feeling is final. You're going to be in your emotions a lot for this full moon. So if we go into it knowing, then we can adjust accordingly. Next up, we have the Anatomy of a Witch Oracle, and we have, I love it, align. So again, this goes right back to like nurturing yourself, finding your priorities, figuring out what they are, aligning yourself with what you need to align with. So reorganizing things, again, sign of Virgo. So you might be being a little bit more practical with how you organize things, see what's going on around you, see what you can do to move into the energy that you want to embody. There could be some blockages as far as your chakras go too. I'm just throwing that out there because this reminds me of that. Next up, we have create. I love that. So yeah, again, confirming what we were already talking about. We've got the full moon card. I love this. So again, this is an opportunity to reflect and to reprioritize. Feel the emotions, listen to our intuition, but reflect on maybe the emotions that are coming our way, maybe why we feel these emotions, what is sticking out to you. It's a great time to journal, especially if you're feeling intense emotions. Sometimes the full moon can bring about anxiety and a surge of energy, and it is kind of complicated to figure out where to put that energy. So again, great way to kind of move through it is to create something, make something out of that energy that is kind of going crazy. Next, we have Vanish. Again, this is a fantastic time for closure. So making things end. Banish what no longer is good for you or good for your energy. And there's a lot of rituals that you can do for that too, which this kind of symbolizes here. And if that is in your nature, it might be something that you utilize this full moon. It would be a fantastic energy for cord cutting, for cleansing, for any of those kind of rituals to banish the negative energy or banish toxicity out of your life. All right, next up we have the Seasons of the Witch Yule. We have Healer. So look at that full moon in the background. So this is a fantastic time for you to focus on healing yourself. You could possibly utilize your energy to heal others too if you are feeling good and confident in that. And next we have Frog. It says, may the lily beneath your breasts allow you to drink from its healing waters. Be still, for there is serenity behind the drowning croaks. This card is talking about transformations taking place. So again, new cycle, new beginning for some of you after this ending here, as well as serenity. So finding calm calm within the storm. So like I said, there's a lot of energy going on right now. Can feel kind of chaotic, but this is our time to kind of focus in, find that calm, nurture what needs to be nurtured. All right, let's keep going. We've got the Starcodes Astro. First up, we've got Scorpio. So investigate, which is interesting too, because it's a water sign. So Scorpio asks us to investigate, look inward, Figure out what is needing to be released, what you can nurture, what is creating the anxiety, what is something that you can focus on for your self-care. Then we've got the 12th house, which is introspection. Again, I don't really need to elaborate on that because we just did. And would you look at that? Align. And next we got retrograde. So again, review. So we need to do some shadow work. We need to kind of focus on what we need to keep and what we need to release. I love how all of these are complementary here. Now we have the Queen of the Moon and we have boundaries. Create boundaries or renew your boundaries. Again, so important, especially if you are not prioritizing things that need to be prioritized. If you're having that work-life imbalance or any sort of imbalance in your life, boundaries are important. And remember, no is a complete sentence. Then we have attraction. So this is a great time. Look at that big old full moon. It's a super moon. So, what can we attract? Are we manifesting anything? Do we need to review what is being attracted with our energy? So are we attracting negative things, toxic things? Again, review what we are bringing in and what we need to release. But this is also a fantastic time for manifesting as well, especially since, again, it's the end of a cycle. What do you want to bring in on the next cycle? And then we have faith. So again, full moon. Have faith in the process, have faith in yourself. And would you look at that? She is looking like the Empress there. She has the green all around her as well as a pregnant belly. So again, nurture, create, embody the Empress. All right, next up, we've got the Heavenly Bodies deck, the Moon. All right, satisfy emotional needs, nurture self and others. Boom. Then we have the Yin, intuition, trust, patience, spirituality, and receptivity. Love that. Next up, we've got Capricorn, and it says ambition, realism, and methodical steps. So again, we need to make sure that we are focusing on the steps on how to manage and prioritize, organize, take realistic steps on how to focus our energy and our ideas. Sometimes water signs can be way too much in their emotions and in their imaginations, and we need to take that practical step to ground our ideas and put them into action. And your last, oh my gosh, didn't we have a Scorpio card? We did. Last Heavenly Bodies is the Scorpio. So we have intensity, exposing, purging, and renewing. So again, purging and renewing. And this is going to be an intense full moon. I can tell you that. I'm already feeling it. It's been crazy. All right. And your last cards here are your Witchlings. We've got, nurture. So nurturing your inner child supplies you with the innocent joy of living. We've got motivation. Motivation kindles the passion and energy needed in working toward your goals. So yeah, we need to figure out that motivation. Creativity, I love this, is a natural part of you that can be ignited and developed. Then we have intuition. The power of intuition will light your path, providing a connection to the divine. Wellness. A healthy body, mind, and spirit thrive in a constant flow of balanced energy. And your last card here is wisdom. Inner wisdom nurtures the skills necessary to see through all possibilities. So the biggest takeaway here is balance and nurture. Those two cards, the two tarot cards that came out, balance and nurture. And prioritize and organize your thoughts. Let the feelings come and go, as well as listen to your intuition. That is all I have for you. I hope you enjoyed this. Please let me know in the comment section if you like these videos. I will continue to do them. So with that, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you guys so much. I love you and I like you. If you have not done so already, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell on your way out of the video. That way you will never miss an upload from me. Thank you again, and I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye.